This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. When we think about the COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy in the Black community, let's remember, it didn't happen by chance. It's justified in history. But the will to change the narrative is strong today, and our people are lending their voices to the conversation. We're sharing our stories and the reasons that made us choose the vaccine so we can lead the way for others to make a well-informed choice too. To hear our stories, visit hereforuswa.org.
According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, 1 in every 5 children killed in traffic crashes in the U.S. was a pedestrian. That's why 3M is working alongside local governments and NGOs to help improve crosswalk visibility and traffic markings in school zones, in a worldwide initiative to provide kids with a safe walk to school and access to the education they deserve. To learn more and take action, visit 3m.com/schoolzonesafety. 3M Science. Applied to life.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your wages are being garnished. We can stop that now. It's hard enough to pay your bills when things are good, let alone when a big chunk of your take-home pay is gone before you even get your check. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne, and I can stop the garnishment and get the creditors off your back immediately, often the same day as our consultation. Both Chapter 7 and 13 provide bankruptcy relief, but choosing the right chapter is crucial. In a free consultation, we can create a plan to get your finances back under your control. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. And look, man, if you're loving hockey, but you're just wondering about the team, you don't have to wonder about gear. We've got the gear for you.
Yeah, sometimes looking good is better than playing good.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. I mean, those uniforms look good. I will say that. And we've got some merchandise, man. If you haven't seen the KISW hockey merchandise, it's awesome, man. We got the hockey-inspired rock beanie and rock t-shirt.
The shirt rocks, just got the tentacles all over it. It's pretty sweet.
You're going to love this, man. You got to get this for you, for somebody you know. Go to the rock shop at KISW.com now.
Let's play Beat Mix.
Time to play the game. Yeah. So everybody scream his name. Beat Mix, don't be a loser. Whoa, Beat Mix, you're a loser.
It is time to beat Mix. And it's time to turn down for tentacles.
Charge out for what? Release the Kraken.
Yeah.
But not Thursday.
No, not Thursday. And I mean, there was one originally today as well, which, eventually they'll play those games. They just were postponed, right?
They're postponed.
Yeah, this season's dumb anyway. So however it's going to happen.
Fortunately, there's a good chunk of time in February that they weren't supposed to be playing because of the Olympics that they can actually fill in a lot of these games.
Ooh, okay, nice. Yeah. Awesome. So you can get the tentacle hockey-inspired t-shirt over at the Rock Shop.
Boom.
Let's get to our contestant today. We've got Lance in Bothell. Lance, are you there?
I am here.
Excellent. All right, Steve, get out of here.
Goodbye.
Yeah. For those playing at home, Lance will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. Lance, you can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Which famous actress began her career playing Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz?
Oh, God, what is her name? Pass, come back to it.
Which country has Budapest as its capital?
Hungary.
Yes. What year in the mid-'80s did The Breakfast Club come out?
84, 85, 86.
85, yes. What is the Roman numeral for 1,000?
Is it L?
No.
M.
Yes. What was the first flavor of the malt beverage named Zima?
Lemon lime.
Yes. What color jacket do Masters Golf Tournament winners receive?
Gold.
No.
Green.
Yes. What actor was Katie Holmes married to?
Tom Cruise.
Yes. Peyton Manning played for what team from 1998 to 2011?
The Colts.
Yes. What sailor's disease resulted from a deficiency of vitamin C?
Scurvy.
Yar. What is the capital of the Philippines?
Manila.
Yes. Which famous actress began her career playing Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz?
God, I'm kicking myself. I just can't come up with that one. I'm sorry.
Well, you got almost a perfect 10, 9 correct. Alrighty, though I gotta be thinking you may be wrong about Judy, that whole Judy Garland thing, buddy.
Oh, yep. Okay. Thank you. Now I remember.
She did stuff before The Wizard of Oz.
Did she?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I mean, someone look it up on IMDb, but I'm pretty sure that wasn't her first movie.
Okay.
But I don't know if that'll throw anybody off. I feel like, I mean, you said the name of the character in the movie, so that's the same person, so it shouldn't be that much of a throw. But my brain was going, I really don't think that was her. Yeah.
Well, I mean, most people weren't alive during that time, so no one can really recall that information.
Well, I was.
So thanks for that. Yeah.
I was a young strapping man in those days.
Well, Steve's back.
He'll get it. I mean, he'll know who it is. Whether or not he'll be able to identify the actor, we'll see.
We'll see. Steve, are you ready?
Oh, yes.
Which famous actress began her career playing Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz?
Judy Garland.
Yes. Which country has Budapest as its capital?
Budapest.
I don't know. I'm going to go Tokyo?
No.
Japan?
No.
England?
No. What year in the mid-'80s did The Breakfast Club come out?
81.
No.
Wait, what do you mean?
Mid-'80s.
Oh, 84.
No.
85.
Yes.
Wow. Lucky.
What is the Roman numeral for 1,000?
M?
Yes. What was the first flavor of the malt beverage named Zima?
Which flavor? Lemon lime.
Yes. What color jacket do Masters golf tournament winners receive?
Green.
Yes. What actor was Katie Holmes married to?
Katie Holmes was married to Tom Cruise.
Yes. Peyton Manning played for what team from 1998 to 2011?
The Indianapolis Colts.
Yes. What sailor's disease resulted from a deficiency of vitamin C?
Scurvy.
Yar. What is the capital of the Philippines?
Bangkok.
No.
Philippine City.
No. And Steve, you're keeping that schneid down in the mornings. You lose 9-8.
Oh, nice work, Lance.
Nice. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Lance. Thank you very much.
No, the capital of Philippines is not Thailand.
Oh, that's right. That's
I feel so good about how this year is starting.
At least in the 650 beat mix, Steve is 0 for 2 on this one.
That's right.
Stinkaroo.
On National Trivia Day, he goes down.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You did not know which country has Budapest as its capital, which is Hungary. Lance got that correct.
Yeah.
And then the capital of the Philippines is Manila. Lance got that one as well.
Ah, yeah, good one.
Yep, he knew his geographies on that one. And I don't know if Judy Garland's first acting role really was Dorothy in Wizard of Oz.
Not
but
first.
Not first?
No, but I would say it was like her biggest first.
Her biggest first. Okay, there we go.
Most well-known first.
Yeah. So, she didn't begin her career with that. It was just a first major role. So, sorry for your loss there, Steve.
There you go, Steve. We'll figure. Luckily, that was not that didn't throw you off. It was the other stuff.
Yeah, it was geography questions, which really it's unfair to put those in.
Look, I know that we've been the bearer of some bad news. We had one good news story today. We've had the bearer of bad news about the fact that Russell Wilson has been rumored to go to Pittsburgh or Denver. And the Kraken, unfortunately, aren't playing any games. And when they do play, it's kind of like, well, maybe it's better if they don't. The Mariners are still in a lockout, so we haven't been able to give you a whole lot of good news. And I'm afraid this story is apparently reality TV just isn't real.
You gotta be kidding me. Those girls aren't in love with that one man.
Yeah, I know. But here's the last bastion. This I thought was real. So this actually does hurt my soul. A lot of the reality shows, sure, I never believed, a lot of them are scripted, but the home improvement shows, I really figured, man, those are cool. Like, it seems like they're really, everyone's happy. Turns out a bunch of people went on Reddit and have shared their nightmares that they experienced when they were on these various home makeover shows.
See, I'm not too surprised because I remember I used to feel that way about a lot of those like Restaurant Impossibles and restaurant makeover shows. Whenever someone would come in and they just renovate it or change the name, Bar Rescue, whatever, any of those rescue shows. And then I started seeing like some like, I would always try and see what the update was about that place. And they either shut down or they just completely scrapped everything because, it looked good on TV, but a lot of those renovations were really just really cheaply done. So some of the things that look good on television, like the new walls, was just like basically like contact paper on the walls. It wasn't even like anything really special, and it started peeling like 4 days after they left.
Oh, geez. Because they build it in like a day.
Right.
And you're like, well, no wonder. That makes a lot of sense. So that's my favorite thing to do with Bar Rescue.
I used to not think that they went the cheap road. I thought they would just lie about the amount of time. I'm like, I bet they really put in, like, it probably took them like 2 weeks, but they said it only took 2 days, which I would think the restaurant owner would rather it be that way, so you get a good product. But apparently you're right. Like, they did it super fast and super cheap, so it looked like super crap when they left.
Yeah, I would expect them to do a great job because that's their reputation. You know what I mean? Like whoever the host of the show is, and if they're selling their product.
But not everyone's a nerd like me that like goes online to go find out like what's happened since.
Dude, I don't know. That's my favorite game to play with, especially with Bar Rescue.
Oh, I live for that.
Because there's been a couple in Albuquerque, and I'm like, I've never heard of this bar. So then I like go on and look, and it's like, oh yeah, the bar closed down a month after the renovations because they couldn't. It was more about like the mindset. They couldn't like actually change their mindset of being like good managers. So it's like, of course they're going to close. You put a Band-Aid on something. It's not going to.
You're telling me that John Taffer yelling at them for 2 days didn't fix them forever?
Isn't that how therapy works? I thought that was all you needed. We just go in and get yelled at for a couple days. You don't have to go to therapy ever again. You're fixed.
You mean they're not nice to each other anymore? What?
Some of these are just really bad. And Steve, you don't got to go looking so much anymore unless you just read it. They're throwing it out there.
That's awesome.
A lot of people. This is really something, man. One person said, "Yeah, we were on a backyard makeover show, and yeah, like you guys said, super cheap, super fast. They do it really, very super nice for the reveal. But then they took apparently all the decorations and all the things that made their backyard look good. They actually took them away when the show was over." What? And then they said, "Man, 2 weeks after the show, our backyard was very soggy and smelled like poop." And it turns out that they had dug up their sewer line when they put in a pond, and sewage was going everywhere.
Oh, no. Nice.
But in all fairness, they were on the reality show, Will Turn Your Yard into Poop.
Yeah.
I mean, it was in the title.
Yeah, it really should. At that point, who's at fault there?
Poop Yard.
Poop Yard. Coming soon to HGTV.
Poop Yard. And then somebody else said, we had friends we were on a show where super intense 3 weeks of filming and redesign looked great on camera. But again, like you guys said, stuck together cheaply. Staples, tape, that's what they used.
They staple things?
He said, my friend had to take 2 weeks off work in order to actually rebuild everything properly.
Ugh. Oh, that'd be so frustrating. I mean, now we need a reality show that just fixes the crap that the other reality shows did.
Oh, yeah, man.
That would be an awesome show. Because
that would be a great show.
They wouldn't be able to get the footage. But wouldn't it be great if they could get the footage and be like, this is what the show, you saw them on this show, and this is what they did. Well, it was a pure crap show. And then they show all the F-ups, and then they fix that.
Dude, it is, again, you hate to talk about the movie that just came out, but this is what Don't Look Up was really talking about, is that see stuff and they make it look like something fantastic is happening on these shows, true love, or these poor people that didn't have a place to live, and they give them this great new beautifully remodeled home, and it's not the case at all. There are nightmares for these people that they actually go and supposedly give them the makeover, whether it be the tax implications. One folks, they said they had to sell everything that they were given because of all the taxes they had to pay on all the stuff they got, to the point where it's like they went back to the crappy home that they had in the first place. And of course, the stars of these shows look like heroes. And I remember watching these a lot with my wife going, you know what? These are good people. They're doing good stuff here. And in reality, they're not.
No, it's just for a television show.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like, I feel like an idiot. I mean, you really thought good stuff was happening. I mean, I don't know, maybe you guys were smarter than I was, but I really thought that, that they were doing good work. It's like, this is cool. They have a TV show where they're doing good work for somebody and they're able to get good ratings and everybody's happy. But in fact, they're not. They're just doing crap.
Well, that's what I was saying. Like I just figured, they have a little white lie about the amount of time it took, but really they're going to get this job done. But it's sad to see that like some of these people are like, yeah, we have to really just scrap everything that they did and re-renovate our home because they just effed it all up.
Yeah, your conspiracy theory at least still had them doing good stuff.
Yeah, I'm okay if you're going to lie to me, so long as someone's still got a nice kitchen.
Yeah. Oh, man.
But we were talking about that yesterday. We love watching that $1 Million where people win the lottery, and then the one guy David goes around and helps them find a house. I don't even know what the name of the show is, but it's the $1 Million Home Rental or Home.
My Lottery Dream Home.
That's the name of it, right there.
There we go.
BJ.
That's very close to $1 Million Home Rental.
My Lottery Dream Home. Yeah, I always just assume it's $1 million thing, but sometimes the people win like $500,000. But I always want to get the recap of like what happened after they quote unquote purchased the house. Did they really purchase that house? And what does the house look like now?
Well, and sometimes in some shows, I don't know about that one, but the ones where they go and they have 3 houses they look at and they pick one of them.
Yeah, that's kind of what they do with this.
Yeah.
Well, in those particular shows, the people already bought the house. So they already bought the house that they wanted, and they just look at the other ones, and they look at the one they bought and pretend, oh, do I want this one? Maybe not.
I sometimes wonder about that, because we just recently watched an episode of the $1 Million
Dream
Home Lottery show, and one of the houses they looked at had like a trampoline in the backyard, and then they ended up picking that house, and they show like, hey, 3 months later, check out what we're up to, and the kids are jumping on that trampoline, and I'm like, did they work that into the deal for the home to buy the trampoline? Or maybe they already owned the home that they were looking at and the trampoline was set up and they forgot about that.
I guess we'll never know.
Sucks, because I really thought those people had no idea which house. And I thought I was helping them, sending the vibes to the TV. Here's the house you should get. I'd be there with my wife going, honey, they should get that place. That's the place. And I always felt so good when I hit it right, but they already bought the place.
My wife will sometimes look at me and say, you're getting a little too upset about this decision. Like, what? It really doesn't, you don't have any. I'm like, but why would they go with that beach home? Of the 3 beach homes they picked, that's the one they go with?
I just don't know. Is there anything we can watch anymore that's so-called reality that we can believe?
Yes, wrestling.
Oh, yeah, wrestling is
real to me.
Yep. Yeah, we can definitely believe
Wednesday
that.
nights, AEW Dynamite, BJ. It's everything on there is real.
It's all real.
Yes.
Oh, okay. You know what? Thank you. At least that's, that's the one thing that hasn't changed. The reality of wrestling.
Someone said, hey, the same thing happened with Pimp My Ride. The horror stories from that show was mind-boggling. Some of the cars, you couldn't even drive them down the street after they were done with it.
Oh, yeah. That makes a lot of sense, though, because they would put, like, hot tubs in those. And like, that can't be street legal.
we put a fully functioning coffee maker in here.
Yeah.
It's a full video game system, yeah.
So, now you're going to tell me that maybe like the OC choppers, with those guys, that maybe those fights weren't real? I mean, they actually love each other and get along with each other.
They're probably not even related.
Oh, they're probably not even related. Oh man, everything is. I can't believe everything. It's been a horrible morning.
Don't watch TV.
Well, even a few people brought up the one where, like, I think it was a bar rescue that did a restaurant in Everett, and that place isn't even around anymore.
I think I saw that one actually because I was like, I kind of want to go here, and then I
try to turn into something trendy, and it's like that spot has been like the kiss of death. It's like right across the street from the Angel of the Winds Arena, and it seems like every time I go down there, it's a new restaurant. It's like, why even try at this point? Just close it and just say this will never be a restaurant.
But I'm with you. Like what Danny said, bar rescue, you're not going to fix an idiot. There's just no amount of paint. There's no amount of anything that's going to fix an idiot.
Well, there was one, too, that I read on the bar rescue one where it was like they had like a problem employee and he was like, and I was like, man, this guy, I hate this guy. And go on and read the recap and they're like, they had fired him weeks before, but they brought him back
for the show
to cause drama. And it was like,
Yeah,
I get so mad at Bar
really?
Rescue. My girlfriend loves that show, and I'm just like, I can't watch this.
I thought I could trust you, Taffer.
I mean, I had heard about that with other reality shows, but even that show they're bringing. Oh, all right.
That all being said, I will jump at any opportunity to be on Bar Rescue.
Yes. I want to go be the patrons.
They always end up having like some random radio guys. They're like, right? It's whatever town. And it's like a random radio show guys go in and you're like, we're ordering margaritas and a burger.
And they have the little earpiece and they're like, yeah, we still haven't got our margaritas, John. I
want to be the guy that takes a sip of the margarita and just spits it out and goes, what is this? Dishwater?
Yeah. All right, let's do it. All right, you're right. If it's gonna be fake, let's get us in there. We'll give them a good fake performance.
I'll fake it like the best.
Oh yeah. Oh man. We got a dude that is such a big fan of the Tennessee Titans that his wedding ring has the team's logo engraved on it. And he lost that ring at the game. Thankfully, he did find it. But how he found it was pretty impressive. You're going to hear from him at 7:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
$20 million, $19 million, $6 million. These are all awards recovered for clients of Phillips Law Firm. To win big, you have to fight big. And Phillips Law has been fighting the too big to fail insurance industry for decades. Not every case will have a multi-million-dollar outcome, but Phillips Law will fight just as hard to recover the outcome you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or on the job, call or click today at 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.
New on Curiosity Stream, the Arctic, frigid, desolate, unforgiving. And without canine companions, early humans never stood a chance. Discover how man and dog learn to thrive together where neither could survive alone in Ice Dogs. Plus,
why would a Nazi major be protecting and saving Jews?
Against orders, against time, the SS major that sheltered and saved thousands of Jews. It's the good Nazi. Watch now on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. Got to tell you about season ticket holder Chad Davis. He is a fan of the Tennessee Titans, and he's a big fan. Such a big fan of this team that his wedding ring has the team logo engraved on it, which that's,
damn.
To be able to make that happen, I mean, to get, for your wife to agree on this, okay. Your spouse to say yes?
I'll say, why would she care? It's his ring.
All right. You guys, maybe it's a different time. I feel like if I tried to bring in any kind of hobby or sports into what's just supposed to be a day about us, like the moment about us, I don't think it would have flown, but maybe it's different these days.
Yeah, but it's not like you're using some of the wedding money to pay for the team's quarterback or the team's mascot to show up and throw the ring to you. Although that would be pretty awesome if I had Blitz at my wedding.
Yeah.
But it's just his wedding ring. I mean, if you want to have, my wife would just roll her eyes. She'd be like, "You're really going to spend that extra money to put the logo on your wedding ring?" I'm like, damn straight I am.
Yeah, it's your money.
But I can't engrave anything on a rubber $20 wedding ring.
Yeah. You could try. I'd like to see it.
You can color it.
You can color it. Get a sticker.
Give me a silver Sharpie.
Draw cuddles on it.
Gold, too.
All right. Put a Kraken logo on there.
So obviously, this ring is special to this dude.
That's cool. Vicky just showed us a picture of the ring. It's a really nice ring.
Yeah, it's a nice looking ring. And he went to the Titans game where they played
tungsten.
Oh, tungsten's good.
I don't know. It just looks like a tungsten.
Tungsten steel.
Tungsten.
Yes. He went to the Titans win over the Dolphins on Sunday at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. And he was about an hour into his drive home when he realized that he no longer had his wedding ring.
That's the worst feeling, dude.
Oh, man.
That legit happened to me yesterday. I was leaving band practice because Bruce and Brody's getting back together and playing the Showbox, not this Friday, but next Friday, the 14th. So we're very excited, but we finally got back together. I took off my ring while I was playing the drums, and I set it on my beanie. And when we were leaving, I just grabbed my beanie and didn't even remember about the ring until I was already home. And I'm like, my finger is missing something.
Oh.
Luckily, JT from our band, he just found it was just randomly just right there on the floor, right by the drums. He's like, "Oh yeah, I found it. No problem. I'll keep it here."
And this is your rubber ring.
Yeah, luckily I have another one.
Yeah, I feel like you lose the rubber ring, it's not a big deal.
That's what I told him. Like, you can't find it. No big deal. It's only $20.
I'd be like, "What's this washer doing on the floor?" All right, well,
Side note, I found the guy's Twitter page, and people were asking, "Where'd you get the ring?" And he posted it, and it is tungsten.
Boom! I know my tungsten.
Yeah, you do.
Guess how much it cost total? $69.90.
Nice. For the whole ring?
Yeah.
Wow.
I got overcharged for my tungsten wedding ring.
Did. Yeah, you did.
And it doesn't even have a Kraken logo.
No, it's got nothing.
Can you get different logos on it, Vicky?
Mm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, we need to find these things out. So, but the dude had a special ring made, and of course, ironically, I suppose, here it is a wedding ring, with his favorite team on there, and he ends up losing it at the game, and that's a bummer, man, losing your wedding ring while he's at the game, and here he is talking about the whole situation.
And I just moved my thumb because I always adjust my ring with my thumb, and I was like, my ring's gone. I was like, oh my God, I'm so sick to my stomach. It was very special to me. It wasn't anything about the monetary value. It was a sentimental value to me.
Well, now we know it's only $69.
Yeah, by the way, you've got to see, he's right. I mean, that's usually what these things are. They're very sentimental.
That man's beard is amazing.
Yeah, I was just going to point it out. You've got to go watch the video on the BJ and Migs page of KISW.com. The guy's got the beard flow.
He looks good.
I mean, no doubt about it. He's ZZ Top's got to call this dude and go, look, man, we need you.
It looks like he was pointing on his arm. I think he has a Titans tattoo, and his whole man cave,
it looks like a man cave,
decked out with framed jerseys. It's painted in the colors of the Tennessee Titans.
Oh,
that
man,
is so
look
cool.
at this.
They have one of those fat heads,
and he's got a restroom. He's got he's got the restroom icons on the door. So that I love this dude.
Yeah,
that's the ultimate. You know what. His wife had to know. His spouse had to know that, he's probably going to get a wedding ring with the logo. Yeah. And so Chad's son was like, man, Dad, you got to post about this lost ring on Twitter. And also he said, tag the team's official account, because if you lost it in the stadium, someone had to find it.
Yeah, that's a good idea, to tag the account.
And it turns out that was a great idea, because the security guard did find that wedding ring, and Burke Nihill, the team's owner, tweeted a photo of the found ring, and here's Chad talking about that.
Good grief, man. I mean, the CEO of Titans sent me the message that said they found it. I mean, really? That's why I love this team so much. This team is everything to me. I'm blessed. I get emotional talking about my Titans family.
Aww. That's adorable.
This dude, I mean,
more people need to say good grief. I feel like that's a saying that we need to say more.
Yeah, you're right.
Good grief, man.
That's right out of Charlie Brown. You gotta love the guy. Plus, he kind of looks like Charlie Brown older, so it worked out well.
Because he's bald?
Because he's bald.
Exactly.
Just give him a yellow shirt with the black stripe.
If you wonder what Charlie Brown would look like, in his 50s, I think, that's the dude right there.
We could probably do the shirt in Titans colors, at least for the guy.
At least, respect his fandom there,
That's a great story. Seems like a great guy and loves his team. I mean, man, it would be cool. I have to say, if I was a fan of whatever I'm a fan of, and the CEO of whatever that was got involved in my business, especially with something like that, that would be an amazing life moment.
And look, I'm not picturing the owner of the team or the CEO down in the stadium, looking through people's garbage to find it. I'm sure it was a security person that found it, or someone that works part of the cleanup crew. But it's still cool that he made it a point to reach out to the guy, knowing that he's such a big fan that his wedding ring has the team's logo on it.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, this is the first time I have ever heard anybody having a wedding ring with a team logo. I've never heard of this before.
One texter, though, believes it's a sign of massive disrespect.
Oh.
It's making a statement that the Tennessee Titans are just as important as his wife. If that's the case, they should just divorce now.
Okay, cool.
See,
all right.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. I don't know the age.
Sarcastic.
I hope they are.
I don't think they are.
But the age of that texter, I'd like to know if they are not being sarcastic. Because, see, this is what I would be afraid of. I'd be afraid that would be what people would think of me, that I was being disrespectful to my wife.
And I've seen a lot of pictures of him and his wife at the game. So I'm not saying she's as big of a fan as he is, but she obviously loves the team, or at least loves him as much as he loves the team.
It's a crazy thought. The person you're in a relationship with could also be just as big of a fan of something, too.
Yeah. Sounds like she knew what she was getting into, so yeah.
Well, yeah, and she looks, I mean, that's a good picture. She looks like the guy looks like he's got a great life. She looks awesome. He loves his team.
What if
he's got the blue beard?
Fan? Yeah.
Oh, they have a Seahawk. Is it tungsten?
It's a tungsten, and it's only $39.95.
Steve, there you go. Good upgrade.
That's like $19 more than I'm willing to spend on my wedding ring.
Now, is that supposed to be a wedding ring, or is you can use it as a wedding ring? Because I think that's probably what this guy did. He found a Titans ring and said, "I want this as my wedding ring."
It sounds like it's just it's a ring. And he's just using it as his wedding ring.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why not?
Yeah. I mean, that's the coolest spouse ever. I I mean, you know me. I would have got a Star Trek ring. If I'd have known that I could get something like this, I definitely would have a Star Trek ring.
BJ, a Star Trek tungsten ring.
Yeah, I'll do it.
gotta
And
be
then somebody talk to my wife just to make sure I'm, that she's on board.
You know what? Just switch it out.
No,
you guys have been married for a long time. She's not even going to realize it.
Yeah, swap it out when you see her.
That's not going to be.
Oh, there's a lot of Star Trek tungsten rings, dude.
Oh,
what color do you want? Gold, blue?
Well, gold. I mean, gold seems like a good wedding
How
color.
about black? They have one with a diamond in it.
Yeah, but gold
BJ,
is the command color. I have to go with the Kirk.
Yeah, just don't go with the red ones.
Dude, that one's like $120. That's $100 more than I'm willing to spend.
All right. Well, nothing's. You know what? But it's for my wife, isn't it? Though to show how
That's
much I
a
love.
pretty cool looking ring. I think you should just do it.
Yeah, I think so too.
Well, listen. Here's what I want to say. The kids right now are listening, and then because they work on the show, so they better be listening. They
are.
Someone send them that picture because the 40th anniversary is coming up. Okay?
Star Trek?
No, of
His wedding, dude.
Obviously, Star Trek's been around for longer than 40 years, you noob. Yes, my 40th wedding anniversary is coming up in a couple years or so. Trying to think.
Oh, geez. Do you know what it is?
No, it's going to be 2035. 2035, it'll be 40 years. 2025, excuse me.
I'm like, wait a minute, that's not even close at all, dude.
2025 is what I meant to say. So let's do it, kids. And make sure you run it by your mother. Okay, good. That's all right.
It's the lukewarm topic of the day.
Well, I'm going to ask you to fill in the blank about what you're a big fan of, since I've already told you what I'm a big fan of. You don't need to know me. Obviously, this dude with the Titans teen logo as his wedding band.
Amazing.
We're wondering, how about you? Finish this sentence. I'm such a fan of blank that I did blank. What is something big that you did because you are a big fan? 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. What is something big that you did because you're a big fan?
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. And we've got this dude who lost his wedding ring, big fan of the Tennessee Titans, and had a tungsten wedding ring, and it has the logo engraved on it. And so we're wondering, based on this, we want to know, I'm such a big fan of blank that I did blank. What is something big that you did because you are a big fan? 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Let's go to Sean in Seattle. Sean, you are on The Rock. Hold on, Sean. I got you. There
Johnny.
You are.
Hey, guys. Good morning.
Good morning.
Happy New Year, you guys.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
So, I'm such a big fan of Star Wars that I actually got my wife to incorporate a lot of it into our wedding ceremony.
Did you have little Ewoks as ring bearers? Wow.
Dude, I walked out after the ceremony to the Ewok celebration song.
This is a wedding I wish
Wow. Okay. You know what?
We nub-jubbed all over the place.
Nub.
Okay. That I can't endorse that.
No, endorse it, BJ. This is incredible.
No, I thought this was going to be a cool call, but no, the Ewoks are the worst thing.
We did have the best wedding cake toppers or the little cake people ever.
So what did you have?
We had Han and Leia cake toppers that had talk bubbles that said, I love you and I know.
I got nervous that you're going to have Luke and Leia, and I'm like, this is a creepy sounding wedding all of a sudden.
Thank you, George Lucas. Yeah.
And my suit actually had some R2 cufflinks and tie clip. And the day before, we got to go to ILM and see their whole layout with a bunch of Star Wars stuff and museum.
Okay, so you got married in the Bay Area then?
Sacramento.
Duh.
Okay. Oh, all right. Well, so that was a bit of a trip. And what did she get to do for the wedding? Because you said you were the big fan. I mean, because that's a tough call. Was there anything in the wedding that she liked, or she was like, whatever you want, I just want to make...
She literally did everything else. That was my magician at the wedding.
That's a pretty big magician.
Right.
My magician was dressed up like everybody else and just randomly going up and doing magic tricks, which, don't get me wrong, that was awesome. But your entire wedding was a theme of Star Wars. That's pretty incredible.
It wasn't so much like there was, pictures or anything around. It was just little tiny touches here and there. I mean, it was kind of a fun, goofy wedding anyways.
That's awesome.
She had a picture printout of the Ain't Nobody Got Time for That meme for seating chart.
Nice.
She was like, sit where you want. Ain't nobody got time for that.
That's awesome.
I guess you're right. That's subtle, and then the music is the music, which, those are all subtle touches. And how long you been married?
6 years ago this last October.
Okay, good. I thought you were going to say, we got divorced. We couldn't see it out.
Well, one of Sarah's friends got married, and it was a full Star Wars theme, and it was her idea. She was like, I am doing this completely, and it was so much fun.
I would say that Star Wars is probably the number one theme wedding that's ever been done. As far as probably, if I don't know if anyone can ever figure this out, but if they were able to find all the themes that have ever been done for a wedding that's out of the ordinary, other than your typical traditional style, I think Star Wars would probably be the top one.
Yeah, you're probably not wrong.
Yeah. You know what? I can't disagree with that because it feels. That's the second Star Wars wedding that I've heard about.
Yeah,
just in randomly like that. So,
and even if you're not a Star Wars fan, everybody knows how to get dressed up or in the mood for that kind of a theme. You know what I mean?
Dude, I was so happy I got to wear my tie. Like I have a Star Wars tie, and I was like, "This is fantastic." I'm wearing the tie. And of course, you walk in and it was a nice surprise because you walk in and you look like just a regular adult wearing, a suit jacket and a tie. But every time, the wedding party was like, oh my God, that's an X-Wing. That's awesome, dude. And so, we got such props, because they don't expect the old people to participate.
See, I just get worried, though, if at a Star Wars wedding that when you're drunk and there's lightsabers, that things could get a little gnarly.
Oh, yeah, well.
Especially if Sarah's there.
Depends. Yeah. In many ways, it can get gnarly.
Oh, really, Vicky? I remember it got gnarly at your birthday party with lightsabers as my wife beat the crap out of me with them. So, yeah.
But isn't that the party where she was twerking on that dude for a striptease or something?
Wait, your wife was twerking on a dude?
No,
with a
Sarah.
lightsaber?
Oh, Vicky's she's back on the wedding again. She's not talking about her birthday party.
I was like, damn, BJ.
Yeah. And that was you who got into the fight with you and your wife, so why are you blaming me on that?
Because you provided the weapons that she pummeled me with.
My cousin
Which were
and
lightsabers.
I were running around because he got me lightsabers for my birthday, and then his wife's like, "Oh my God, honey, that looks like fun!" And then she proceeded to beat the crap out of him.
And in her head, she's like, "This gives me a reason to hit my husband."
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm just saying, Steve, you don't want to have any lightsabers at any function. It ends badly.
I just said, I heard about these guys up in Seattle that work on a radio station. They got Kraken tattoos because they're such fans.
Hey, I know them.
Yes. And they
who are those guys?
These two dummies named Danny and Steve.
Yeah. That's a big fan.
Dude, I don't know about, you don't wear a lot of shorts, but I've worn a lot of shorts this year since getting it. I've gotten so many compliments on it. People will be like, is that crack? That's amazing, dude. And I'm like, yeah.
At the gym, I get it because I'll have shorts on at the gym. And
you're pantsless usually at the gym.
Well, that too. It depends. It depends if I get there at a certain time. But there are times where guys will come up and be like, dude, Kraken tattoo. And then we have a fun talk about hockey. But there's been a couple of times where someone, before the season started, goes, it's a lot of faith you're putting in this team by getting them tattooed on you, aren't you? I'm like, win or lose. I'm glad I said that because obviously it's more emphasis on lose. But I was like, and regardless, I'm just happy to have a team. So hell yeah, I'm stoked to have this. But I also have Danny, I know you have Disney stuff. That's probably such a big fan of Disney. You get Disney tattoos. And I also such a big fan of the band Biohazard. I have a Biohazard tattoo.
Yeah, I have the Offspring and MXPX tattoo. All of mine is my fandom. That's my body.
Yeah.
Fandom.
That's mostly mine. The most I have is I have a lot of pirate themed tattoos.
Including on your bootay.
On my bootay, I got 2 pirate ships. I think I have a total of 4 pirate ships on my body. Wait, 1, 2, 3. 3 pirate ships and then a Jolly Rogers. But I also have 2 X-Men themed tattoos, a crow piece from the movie The Crow. I have a Pokemon tattooed on me. Yeah, and on top of that, my China cabinet does not have China in it. I have all my nerdy Funkos, and I have Crow dolls and Wolverine and all my fandom.
I really feel like if you're going on a first date with Vicky, you should just bring this big book that has pictures of all your tattoos and all your stuff in your room, and everyone will pretty much go, "Oh, okay."
You get to know the person rather quickly just by staring at the tattoos. Yeah,
I have a giant bookcase of board games. Yeah.
Yeah, because Vicky, she's the meme queen anyway. I feel like that would be the best way to get to know her. Is Vicky just brings this book. Hi, listen, while we're ordering appetizers, why don't you just read this, and then I think we'll have a good dinner.
Well, I'm pretty organized and I like binders, so this seems like something I would do.
Oh yeah, do it. It's a little scrapbook about yourself.
I love it.
Wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that be great if somebody brought a scrapbook to the table and said, "Here's everything you need to know about me."
It's like hieroglyphics, yeah.
This is what I like.
Don't talk to me. Just look at my scrapbook.
Yeah, just look at that.
I'm going to eat while you do that.
And look at
as a dude, though, who likes to prepare, I'd be like, this is the greatest thing ever. Man.
Here's your homework.
Yeah, this is fantastic. Yeah, if you could send me like a file before we get together, this would be great. That way I would know what to talk to you about. Oh, yeah, that'd be awesome.
Speaking of tattoos, something I've been a longtime fan of, Monster Energy. I've had one a day since I was 14. I'm now 29 years old. And at 16, I convinced my parents to let me get a tattoo. Had a cousin tattoo the Monster M on my left forearm.
Is his name Kyle?
Wow.
Always the Kyle.
That's the joke. It's like a Karen.
And it's someone who drinks a lot of Monsters. Her name is probably Kyle.
And they punch holes in the walls. That's the meme joke.
Damn, poor guy. He just likes his Monster Energy, man.
Nothing wrong with that. I love Monster Energy.
I remember an adult dancer once had a giant rock star energy logo on the back. I got a tramp stamp type of a thing.
They changed their logo, too. That's even funnier.
And everyone would walk by and I'm like, you a fan of Rockstar? I was drunk and just like, yeah, how'd you know?
Oh, jeez.
Oh, God.
Wild guess.
Wild guess.
A wild guess.
Yeah.
If I was a little drunker, I probably would have been like, are you a fan of Monster, just to be extra trolly?
Yeah.
But I was like, I don't think there's a certain beverage that I'm such a fan of that I would tattoo on me.
You're not for Loco?
Oh,
yeah, I thought for sure
I'd have to be drinking a lot of Four Loko to get a Four Loko tattoo.
Yeah. I feel like that would be you.
I mean, I could get like the Screwball logo.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, we got some of that as a gift over Christmas. Nice. Oh,
So good stuff.
Tasty.
You want a weird sheep that's dripping as a logo
it's that or the Zevia root beer logo. I mean, I like that drink.
Yeah.
Or Welch's grape soda.
Zevia root beer. And it would be the specific, you'd have to get the brown can, right?
No, it's the creamy one, BJ, which is a far superior of the Zevia root beer family, if you ask me.
Oh,
It's more of like a tan, creamy color.
Oh, really? Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna have to try that one. I don't know if I've tried the creamier one.
Well, if you want your mind blown, BJ, get it.
Okay.
And then you'll get a creamy tattoo.
Okay, very. I had no idea you and I were Zevia buddies because I'm a Zevia man. You're right. If that would be a drink that I would definitely get that, or obviously Coke.
Well, don't get me sorry, Dick. The cream sodas, I like that one, and also the grape soda is fantastic.
Yeah, I'll mix and match.
You want to get matching Zevia tattoos?
Oh, please do it.
Wouldn't that be hysterical if that's what I finally get? Only because, and you get one with me, and it's a Zevia tattoo.
Steve's just going around and going to get matching tattoos from everyone on the show of the things that you both bond with.
Yep, Rav, you and me, orgy tattoos.
Done. Let's do it.
Yes.
I feel like that could happen, Steve. I feel like Rev does not have a single tattoo. That could happen if you hold up your bar.
That one though requires an explanation anytime someone sees it.
Yeah.
Why do you have a tattoo that just says orgy?
Well, you're going to have to tell them why. Okay.
You get the big O.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Why do you have a big O tattooed to you? Oh, the O is for orgy.
Yeah, that's even better. Yeah.
I'd rather just get the full orgy at that point.
Yeah. And just hope that people just keep their mouths shut. And don't say anything.
Don't ask questions.
Yeah, because if I see somebody with an orgy tattoo, I'm going to be like, especially a dude, I'm not going to ask him why. I'm just going to go, if I don't know it's a band, I'm going to go, it's got to be something. I don't want to know. I don't even want to talk because off the bat, because you just know it's a conversation's not going to end well, right?
Well, if I was drunk and I was at a bar and someone had an orgy tattoo, I would look at him and go, how does it feel?
Okay, that would be cool. Well, this next topic is perfect for me because a list was just put out of the universally agreed upon a-hole moves. And as you know, I am an expert, so I'll probably agree with some of these. Are you guilty of these universally agreed upon a-hole moves? Well, I'll tell you at 7:47 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. Here's another listener question. How do I rebuild my credit after filing bankruptcy?
You rebuild it, one creditor at a time by making your payments on time on your rent or your mortgage, by continuing to make car payments on a car that you keep during your case. You can also, as I said, you can almost always get a credit card almost immediately after filing bankruptcy. Sometimes it's a secured card, and it'll almost always have a really high interest rate on it. But you could get a small balance credit card and charge a tank of gas or a dinner once a month on that, and make the payment, pay it off every month, and that'll help you build a credit history one creditor at a time, and will help you rebuild your credit over time.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at ChooseTheRightChapter.com. That's ChooseTheRightChapter.com. Thanks for listening.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
$20 million, $19 million, $6 million. These are all awards recovered for clients of Phillips Law Firm. To win big, you have to fight big. And Phillips Law has been fighting the too big to fail insurance industry for decades. Not every case will have a multi-million-dollar outcome, but Phillips Law will fight just as hard to recover the outcome you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or on the job, call or click today at 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.